At first, welcome to the World Heritage Site Nalanda. I am Kamala Singh, tourist guide here, and I am going to show around the excavated remains of Nalanda Mahavihar. So Nalanda is a place hallowed by the memory of the Buddha. The Pali Buddhist literature contains many references to Nalanda. It is said in course of his journeys, Buddha often halted at this place. In that time, Nalanda was a developed town containing a famous mango grove called Pavaik Mango Grove. In Jaina text also, Nalanda was described as a prosperous suburb. Suburb means outskirt. Indeed, so important was the place that Lord Mahavir also spent as many as 14 rainy seasons here, 3 at Nalanda and 11 at Rajgir. The birthplace of Buddha's two chief disciples, the birthplace of Buddha's two chief disciples, Sariputra and Modgalayan, Baj in the vicinity of Nalanda. So Nalanda was not only birthplace of Sariputra, but also demise place of Sariputra, where Emperor Ashoka in 3rd century BC built a stupa over remains of Sariputra. The place rose into prominence in 5th century AD when Kumar Gupta I and Emperor of Gupta dynasty built a monastery here. So about 1000 years after Buddha, monastery was erected. Several other monasteries were also built by ruling kings of Gupta dynasty. It was further patronized and rebuilt by King Harshavardhan of Kanauj in 7th century AD and again by Pala kings of East India in 9th century AD. Besides it, Punavarman, Vipulsri monk, king of Sumatra, Balputra Dev, names of these patrons are also worth noting. So this Nalanda Mahavihar or university was not only an ancient seat of Buddhist learning, it was also a great ancient seat of shaman culture. The name and fame of Nalanda spread far and wide in the Buddhist world, which attracted scholars from remote corners of
China,
remote corners of Asia. This university was visited by two Chinese pilgrims, Venerable Huansang and It Singh in 7th century AD. At first, Huansang was a student. Later on, he became a teacher of this university. In those days, 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers engaged themselves to studies and higher academic pursuits. So, university had 3 libraries also, named Ratna Dadhi, Ratna Ranjak and Ratna Sagar. This university was destroyed by an Afghan invader, Bakhtiar Khilji, at the end of 12th century AD. The famous library was set on fire. By 1235, Nalanda had been ravaged at least thrice. And 13th century account of Tibetan monk scholar Dharma Swami, he noted that 84 Biharas, monasteries and 14 Chaityas temples were set ablaze by the army of Bakhtiar Khilji. Only 2 monasteries were in usable condition. So in 14th century AD, Chhagal Raja or Raja Ganesh of Bengal patronized Nalanda and he repaired some damaged building. He did not build any new structure, but he repaired. So anyway, university flourished up to 14th century AD, and after this the whole area was deserted and found covered with the debris. Even the name of Nalanda University was forgotten. So it was British archaeologist Sir Alexander Cunningham who identified this site with ancient Nalanda in 1861-62 on the basis of locations given by Chinese pilgrims. And then the regular excavation started by Department of Archaeology in 1915 or stopped in 1937. For 22 years that whole portion was excavated. And a temple site over there excavated later on. From 1974 to 82. Now 13 hectares area has been excavated by ASI. So here the grand plan of Nalanda remains consists of 2 components. One row is monastery complex, 11 monasteries displayed in that row. Other row is Chaitya temple, so 4 inside, 1 site over there and last area. So up till now, 6 temples and 11 monasteries discovered in this area. So the literal meaning of Nalanda is Nalam plus Da. Nalam means lotus star. Da means to give. Lotus is a symbol of knowledge. So the literal meaning of Nalanda is the place which imparts knowledge. Will you say?
Yes, clear.
And what is the total area of Nalanda?
In those days, according to some historians, 16 kilometers, 4 by 4.
16 square kilometers.
16 kilometers means 4 mil, 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer, 16 kilometers.
This is the main entrance. This used to be the main entrance of this.
No, sir, new gate. Main entrance did not, could not be touched up till now. This is new gate. So this monastery line is extending up to those third trees and this side also. So up till now 11 blocks discovered. Here one room for a student, living rooms. So all those bedrooms, then corridor, then open courtyard. So this level belongs to Gupta period, first floor. That upper level 7th century and then top level 9th century. So why so happened? Because university had been running more than 700 years. So one building was not sufficient for the whole period. In those days there was tradition, when the first structure was damaged, the subsequent builders did not generally disturb the old plan. They built on the remains of the older structure, using its old walls and hard debris as the foundation for the new walls. So due to some religious sentiment, they did not remove debris of the older structure, covered there and rebuilt. But ASI had shown down different place by ASI. So now this monastery named monastery number 5, upper monastery number 4. So 11 blocks discovered. So this was the monastery annexing part and parcel of monastery number 4. One thing we can say, thickness of the wall. Why such? Because buildings were multi-story and no piling system in those days. That's why foundation was so strong. And being so thick, it was just like natural AC also. And this was wide passage between two blocks. Monastery number 4 and 1. So here, this monastery line is up to those churches. So 11 blocks discovered in this residential complex. And last mound over there, that is temple number 14. Behind those is 13 and that 12. And that site is site number 3. So 4 in this row. All 3 temples had seen 2 periods of the building, Gupta and Pala period. No statue of Buddha is there, one is sanctum or pedestal there. 3, and that monument had seen 7 periods of the building, built 7 times. Before university and during university.
So there are both monasteries and temples here, right?
Monastery and temples. One row monastery, one row temple.
So how many temples are there in Nalanda?
At present 6 temples.
And monasteries? How many?
Monastery 11 discovered up till now.
So we can see the combination of Hindu and Buddha.
So here all these were platforms used for meditation in open air because mental discipline was an important part of education at Nalanda Monastery. Nalanda city was primarily a Buddhist monastery where monks lived and they led a life of meditation and contemplation. That's why the aims of their life was to attain enlightenment. So education in those days also divided in three parts: learning, practices and realization. When its area extended, other monasteries also built nearby. Its name became Nalanda Mahavira. We call it university. So I will explain in detail near that shadow. First we see this monastery. Okay. This is monastery number 1. And you see here 9 pairs of occupation, built 9 times. 9 times.
There are 9
On the
layers.
same for 9 layers. So this was the entrance. This is monastery number 1, I named by department. And both sides a stucco figure of a guardian deity. Front room was main shrine. That's the statue of Buddha was visible while going inside. So while going inside, assistants and teachers saluted Buddha, reciting, I go to the Buddha for a feast, I go to the Gautama for a feast, I go order for thrice. This was tradition. And this monastery was, this monastery was built by King Deopal in 9th century AD on behalf of Balputudeva of Sumatra, modern Indonesia. The corner of this monastery yielded famous copper plate inscription of King Deopal, now housed in Indian Museum, Kolkata. It records the grant of 5 villages granted by Deopal. Deopal granted revenue of those villages for copying of manuscripts and maintenance of monks. Name of Swarnadeep, Valputtadev, Nalanda dynasty, all mentioned in that system. That's why we came to know. And I told you this monastery has 9 phases. So first period. Behind it no layer. The second and the third. Remaining is built inside. It was sold by department part wise. This was covered pillars like portico type, and we have seen flight of a step over there. That flight of a step was there up to there. That was entrance of its 6th and 9th phases, because lower entrance was already blocked, covered. This drainage system is new. Why it is new? Not due to cement, but when there were rooms, it contained pillars. Pillars means roof was there, so this portion was covered. How it was possible? But in next six period, wall was erected, and up to that level, this whole corridor was found covered up to that level. Whole portion opened by department, and that portion was also covered up to that level. When opened by department, then this was newly built for discharging rainwaters. Old rain we will see inside. Here, one room for a student, one room for one scholar, better to say. And all cement internally inserted, later on originally wooden. And this whole message box for letter box for information. And thickness of all here also 6 feet. Naturally, see. One room for a student, their living and meditation rooms.
So how many students used to live here in a single room?
In the capacity of a monastery was of average 30 students.
In a single room?
In single. Now here one room for one, when you were single monastery, one monastery.
One for each, right?
One for each, yes.
Okay.
So one room for each.
Why did they used to have bars and outside students? I mean, there were like ponds and all water. No?
There were 10
What is the
tanks.
source of their water? They used
There were 10 tanks in university campus. Inmates used to take bath there, and 6 wells also discovered in the monasteries. Source of water supply. in those. Concept of self also niche, better to say self. One for personal belongings, other for land.
Okay.
Self also. In some rooms it is blocked.
So this is to be the earliest shell from where our modern styles, the design came up.
Yes.
university named Takshashila, which is to be even older than Nalanda. Takshashila is the oldest.
There were three universities in ancient and medieval Asia, India, Takshila, Nalanda and Vikramshila. Takshila is now in divided Pakistan,
Yeah.
30 kilometers northwest from Rawalpindi. And Takshila was capital of Gandhara. And second Nalanda. And after Vikramshila in Bhagatpur. Takshila was the youngest university of the world.
World, yeah. World. And Nalanda is the oldest residential university.
Yes.
Where people used to use to hostels.
Working as professional university, Nalanda. Residence 10,000
Residence,
students. So all other universities of world after Nalanda, like Al-Azhar of Egypt is of 10th century, Bulgan of Italy is 11th century, University of Paris 13th century, Oxford 12th century, Cambridge 13th century, or Harvard 17th century, and Nalanda 5th century. But one university was that was Takshila.
Yeah.
So, original height of the room. Holes are there. Those are sockets for wooden beams. Although freshened on wooden beams, using brick flat, intense of its upper floor. And they all are one plates. You can see this portion innovated. This wall is also one. This monastery was affected by fire, not by Bhaktiyar, but sudden conflagration, accidental fire. Because Bhaktiyar came in the 12th century, and this monastery is of the earlier phase. So how it was possible? So sudden conflict, not by afterwards. In old days, walls were plastered. Lime plaster was there. This type of plaster discovered at several places. So lime plaster, but color is not like this. Color was milky white plaster.
Over time, it has become like this, right?
Huh?
Originally, it used to be milky white,
Milky white.
but over the time, it has become like this.
Oh, This was the central room and shrine I was talking about, and when a statue was there, it was visible while coming inside, because this wall was erected in later period. In this period, it contained pillars, so stayed visible from that main gate. Okay. This was central room, working side. This whole thing is monastery one, right?
Will stand even from 400 or 1,000 years. Amazing. This comes under UNESCO World Heritage Site.
This World War had decided in 2015.
2016.
Yes,
Lately, it has been included in the list. So, how many sites in Bihar those come under World
two
Heritage
sides
Site?
only. Mahabodhi temple of
Mahabodhi
Bodhgaya,
temple, yeah.
second Nalanda. Only two sides. I have told you this monastery is in 9 periods of rebuilding, means 9 cultural periods here. So 4 times new building erected, but 5 times it was restored and reused.
Okay.
So where it was restored and reused, we will see difference of height. See, last one, that is last portion, 9th phase. It was covered with the debris, when debris was removed, and that black wall is 9th phase. Near that lower line, black line is 8th phase, 7th phase, 6th phase, 12th feet, 5 inches high here, 5th phase there, 4th there, 3rd this, and 2nd there, and 1st the lowest. So 9 different levels. So when it was 4 times, it was covered, they covered older structure, the height you can see very high, but when one area stood, so over 50 feet difference like this. I told you that Sagar Raja or Raja Ganesh Nalanda after 12th century, in 14th century, so that is evidence of that period. 12th century onwards. That's why 9 feet is here. And here this is Saraswati shrine containing statue of Buddha inside. At the gate both sides shining mica stone. This mica stone contained carving with a scroll work and also dwarf flying figures.
So this is mica.
Here and there both sides of the gate. but upper shining portion found broken now in museum collection, and these are lower portion of mica stone became rough yet shining in the sunlight.
Okay.
And well in that corner for the drinking water, and those two rooms bear their granaries. So feature of the rooms, the roofs are vaulted. Roof is intact up to now, and burnt rice, carbonized rice is collected from there, now housed inside museum. That's why known as granary. That is, go to room. If you like to see, you can go this way.
ঠান্ডা লেগে গেছে সেই রোদের মধ্যে এবার ঠান্ডা লাগে
সব রুম আগে এরকমই ছিল রুম মানে
ওটা একটা ছবি তুলে দিন
এই চোখগুলোর অবস্থা খারাপ তো একবারে
Night pillar bases all destroyed. It was complete. Roof rested on those pillars. This was podium. As it was the design. This was the hall.
This stone is granite.
Imported from outside. We are not going to do it. Then was department site number 3 and also known as Sariputta Stupa. Sariputta, I told you, was the chief disciple of the Buddha. His personality was second to the master. Nalanda was his place of work and also demise place. So giving importance to this site, it was built again and again 7 times. First by Emperor Asoka in 3rd century BC, and after Asoka in Sunga period, then in Kushana period, then in early Gupta period. So 4 structures which were built before university are covered under that period. And during university we have seen 3 flight of architects. The lowest one belongs to Gupta period, when university was established. And in Gupta period it was an imposing building provided with 4 corners of stupa. You can see one of stupa over there standing, one behind, one inside, and 4th not discovered. So in 4 corners 4 stupa. And walls of those stupas were decorated with the rows of niches containing well-modeled stucco figure of Buddha and Bodhisattva. Those are specimens of Gupta art, and those sculptures are 1,500 years old. Because that was Panchayatan concept. Panchayatan is 5-4 temples, so 4 corners of stupa, green shape, as conjectural restoration given by Percy Brown. That is 5th stupa in Gupta period might have looked like this. And that photograph was placed by department on an iron railing over there, but destroyed in a storm. We can't save it. So Percy Brown observed that 5th shape was shape of a stupa, but historian like B.N. Mishra and Archaeological Survey of India opened that 5th shape was shape of temple, not a stupa. So we'll also call it temple. So 5th temple, 6 temples, flight of middle flight of and 7 uppermost. At the top there is pedestal. There was statue of Buddha. Now a statue is not there, but the pedestal is there, facing north. So 7th, then 6th, then 5th, and 5th. Upper structure built over and around. That's why its shape is so extensive. Originally it is a small stupa. And all around variety of votive stupa, shrine as well, containing a statue of Buddha. Some stupas are built over relics of those scholars who dedicated their whole life for this convent. After they are passing away, these stupas are built. Some are simply of votive nature. Those are called votive stupa, built by pilgrims to gain religious merit. So 3 kinds of person all around. Not only here, but in Buddhist site everywhere. Bodh Gaya, Sarnath, Vaisali everywhere. Around main temple or stupa, variety of votive stupas are there. So this side also. So this complete row was for worship, other for study. I was talking about subjects of study at the monastery, ranked by to include all branches of learning. Perhaps entire knowledge available in that period, they were drawn from different fields of learning, Buddhist and Brahminical, secular and secular, philosophical and practical, science and arts. Some traditional subjects mentioned by Hunsang: logic, grammar, medicine, fine arts, metaphysics, astronomy. Even Vedas, text of Hinayana and Mahayana, Buddhist and non-Buddhist philosophy. Historian Radha Kumud Mukherjee opened that 100 professors lectured every day. But major emphasis was being on philosophy and religion. Nalanda was also famous for art, architecture and iconography. Besides formal lectures, learning was by discussion and introduction, as noted by himself. 14th Dalai Lama is called Science of Mind. Famous scholars of Nalanda University who were head of the monastery in their periods comes first Nagarjuna, Aryadeva, Ashan, Vasudev, Dignath, Dharmapal, Silbhadra, Dharmakirti, Santakshit.
He came by walking, right?
Yes, so Dharmakirti, Santakshit and Padmasambh. When Huansang was 20 years in 7th century AD, head of the monastery was Silbhadra. Under his guidance, he studied Yoga, Achar, Bhumi Sastra. So the teachers of Nalanda University were the salt of the earth. They were famous for their scholarship. Its 1,000 teachers were able to explain 20 collection of books, sutras or shastras. Its 500 teachers were able to explain 30 collections. 10 teachers were also able to explain 50 collections, including Huansang. Huansang was one of the brighter luminaries of Nalanda University, and this Silbhadra in that period was the highest living authority of Yoga Shastra. Our whole library site was one. Only work of Silbhadra is now preserved in 15th century, named Arya Buddha Bhumi Vyakya. 15th century is available. So this is history of Nalanda, and this I have explained. Okay.
So this is all. Like,
Now we are here. We have seen monastery number 5, then 1, then 3. Rest monasteries are identical. Central courtyard, common corridor, then cells, then podium, shrine, entrance. This is one block, like this 11. And when, as per history, 108 monasteries. Out of 100, only 11 discovered. This is row of Chaitya, 4 in this row, Stupa site number 3. That monument serving as a reference point for the site, Sariputta Stupa. 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, 14, I told you. And you said 2 behind. One side over there, last year. So for worship, for study. Because Nalanda University was specialized in Agrayana, Mahayana Buddhism with 2 branches, Mantrayana and Vajrayana. So one row was for worship, other for study. Worship and study had gone side by side. This is the main thing, but the repetition of the